worst mistake you can make after an injury is settling too soon. It feels safe, but it could cost you everything. Most people think that settlement means quick money, less stress, and putting the case behind them. But it's the single most important decision that you are going to make with your case. And once you make it, you can't undo it. I've seen clients who thought they were protecting themselves by settling, only to realize the money had run out long before the medical bills did. I've also seen clients who thought they could go to trial, hoping for more, only to walk away with absolutely nothing. Both are heartbreaking and both are permanent. Because here's the reality. Once you settle, there's no opportunity to reopen that case. And once you go to trial and lose, there's no do-over. You get one shot and one opportunity, and that decision could affect your finances, your health, and your family's future for the rest of your life. Let me share two quick stories with you so you can see just how high the stakes are. One client of mine settled fast because they thought it would be safe. The insurance company dangled what they thought was a fair amount, and my client thought, great, I'll take this, I'll pay for some of my medical treatment, and I will move on with my life. 5 years later, after the medical bills, the surgery, the cost of care, that far exceeded what they got from their settlement. They struggled to find care, they struggled to afford it, and ended up in debt, regretting not holding out for trial. Another client went in a different direction. They were offered what I thought was a fair amount to resolve the case, hundreds of thousands of dollars, but the client rolled the dice. They thought they could go to trial and they could get more. When we went to trial, the jury didn't see it that way, and the client walked away with nothing. Imagine the devastation of turning down life-changing money, hundreds of thousands of dollars, to walk away with nothing. These stories are why I say deciding whether to settle or to go to trial is not just legal strategy, it's a life-altering decision. So how do you know what's right for you? There are 3 rules that will help you make the best decision. Rule number 1, know yourself. Rule number 2, know your lawyer. And rule number 3, know your offer. Let me break these down for you. Rule number 1, know yourself. This may sound obvious, but most people skip it. You have to know yourself. Ask yourself this question honestly. Are you the type of person who avoids risk or is risk adverse? Or are you comfortable with uncertainty of trial if the potential for upside is big enough? Because trials are inherently risky. When you settle, you control the outcome. You give yourself that certainty. When you go to trial, you turn over your case and your life to either 6 or 12 members of the community, and they make the decision for you. That's the truth. So if you're the type of person who can't stomach the thought of uncertainty, even if you think you may be missing out on more money, settlement might be the best option for you. But if you're the type of person that's comfortable with risk, who says, I want my day in court, I want to fight for more than what the insurance company is trying to offer me, then trial may be your best option. This isn't about being right or wrong. It's simply about knowing yourself and your appetite for risk and your ability to handle it. Rule number 2, know your lawyer. This one is huge, and most people don't know it. You have to know your lawyer. Here's the problem. Every lawyer on ads, on television, or billboards claims that they're a trial lawyer, but most of them, they're not. They're settlement lawyers. Their type of practice and business model is predicated on settling as many cases as they can as fast as they can. That means you may never even meet the lawyer on the billboard or advertisement. You get handed off to a junior associate who's overworked and underprepared. And what happens when the insurance company knows the lawyer that you have isn't actually a trial lawyer? You're going to get a weaker settlement. On the flip side, when you hire a true trial lawyer, someone with courtroom experience and who is willing to go the distance, you're in a different league. The simple fact that your lawyer is willing and capable of going to trial usually results in better settlement offers. Why? Because the insurance company knows they can't bluff you, and if they don't resolve it, they end up in trial. So here's the bottom line. If you have a settlement lawyer, your options are limited. But if you have a true trial lawyer, that gives you leverage, and leverage changes everything. Finally, you have to know your offer. If the insurance company is offering you chump change, such a small amount that the risk of losing it at trial is insignificant, it makes the decision easy. You go to trial. Why? Because the downside risk of losing that small amount is low, but the potential for upside, benefit, or more money is higher. But if the offer is substantial, hundreds of thousands of dollars, even more than $1 million, that's when things get tricky, because you have to ask yourself this question: is the risk of going to trial worth it? Because remember, no lawyer can guarantee a result at trial. We can talk about the potential and the strengths of the case, but at the end of the day, it's going to be the jury that decides. So if you are being offered serious money, you have to ask yourself this question: do you want the certainty now of resolving that? Are you willing to gamble at trial for that potential upside with the understanding understanding that there is a risk that you walk away with nothing. This is where rule 1 and 2 come back into place. Know yourself, know your lawyer, and weigh your offer. That's the only way you can make the best decision for you and your unique situation. So here's the takeaway. Deciding whether to settle or to go to trial isn't just about legal strategy. It is a life-defining decision. Know yourself, know your lawyer, know your offer. Get these 3 right and you'll make the best decision that will protect your future. And if you're trying to figure out whether your lawyer is truly a trial lawyer or just calling themselves one, watch my next video. I'll give you the hidden red flags that will help you to differentiate between a true trial lawyer and a settlement mill. It may help you from making the biggest mistake of your case. Click here above to watch the video. I'll see you there.